Comix, Mohegan. How are we doing out there? All right, yeah, that's okay. It is Friday night, though. Comix, how are you doing? Now that's pretty good. I want you to welcome our featured comedian. He was here last night for the first night of the series, and he was awesome. I want you to give a warm welcome for our feature, and that's Johnny Pizzi.
Hello, Mohegan! Thanks for coming out, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here. And I got to tell you something right off the bat. I am very fortunate, very lucky. I get to work all over the country, all different casinos, Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Reno, Laughlin. And people are always asking me, you know, Johnny, after 35 years, what are you most proud of in your career? And ladies and gentlemen, what I'm most proud of is going overseas to Sarajevo, Kosovo, and Bosnia to entertain our troops. That's what I'm most proud of. Thank you. Are there any veterans in here tonight? Any veterans? Give our veterans a big round of applause. Thank you for your service. I got to tell you a quick story. When I went overseas, I did 14 days, 7 bases. Now, every time we went to a different base, the commanding officer of the base would call us into his headquarters, and he would present us with a citation. Now, me being the genius I am, said, I'm not going to read it now. Wait till I get home, and I could reminisce on what I had done. Now, for 14 days, my body clock was off by 10 hours. I was waking up every single night, 2 a.m., wide awake and starving. And now I'm like, now I got to walk 2 miles to the commissary in the middle of the night to get a snack. And my snack for 14 days was Twinkies and chocolate milk, right? So here I am, middle of the night, walking to the commissary. But here's the thing. Every time a soldier sees me, stop in their tracks, salutes me. I go, whoa, they're saluting me. And I'd go, wow, thank you. And I'd salute them back, and I'd walk. 2 soldiers would come by. They'd see me stop in their tracks. They'd salute me. I'd salute them back. I'd go, these kids are great. They salute me. I go into the commissary, get me my Twinkies and chocolate milk. I walk back. Every time a soldier sees me, they stop in their tracks, and they salute me. I salute them back. This went on for 14 days. Finally, the last day, I'm waiting for the transport plane to take me back to the States. I said, you know, I'm going to read one of those citations. Let me see. And it said, thank you, Johnny Pizzi, for coming over here for your country. While you're on any base, you have an honorary rank as a lieutenant colonel. I said, oh my God, can you believe? They knew, I didn't know. I said, if I had only read that citation the first day, I could have sent them over to get me my Twinkies and my chocolate milk. Private, go get me Twinkies and chocolate milk. That's an order, Lieutenant Colonel Pizzi here. So excited today. I'm not a big gambler, but I went over to the casino and I played a little video poker. First time in 30 years, I hit for a royal straight flush. Yes! I was so excited. Everybody's coming over, high-fiving me, hugging me. I couldn't believe this first time. And then the pit boss comes over to my machine. And he looks at my machine. Ace of hearts, king of hearts, queen of spades, jack of hearts, 10 of hearts. He says, you don't have a royal straight flush. I said, yes, I do. He says, you got a queen of spades. I said, yeah. Well, she identifies as the queen of hearts. I am no longer welcome in the casino over here. Oh my God, this is just like crazy. Listen to this. I was on the elevator today, and on the elevators you'll see a little screen that tells you the upcoming events. And Rod Stewart come on, and some kid in the elevator goes, he's still alive. So then Frankie Valli comes on. It said Frankie Valli, November. I said, are you shitting me? Frankie Valli's 91 years old. They bring him in 9 months in advance. They should be hiring him by the day. That's it. 91 years old. Are you shitting me? Oh my God. You know, it's nice. It's nice to be able to come up here and you know, tell you a little bit about myself. Makes me feel good. I'm trying to better myself. I go to meetings every day. Sometimes I go to 3 meetings a day, 7 days a week. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe some of you can relate. I'm a pen stealer. Any pen stealers in the room tonight? Here we go. We got one right here. You know what I'm talking about. We have another one over there. And I can't help myself. I see a pen. I can't even. 2 true stories. I kid you not. So here I am. I go to Disney World. I buy something. The woman behind the counter was nice enough to let me use her pen. I get the pen. It's a solid gold Swarovski crystal pen. It's like a $500 pen. I'm like, oh my God, look at this pen. This is beautiful. And she walked away and waited on somebody else. I went, oh, fuck it. Beautiful. Boom. Second true story, a friend of mine's father passed away. I go to the wake, go up to the guest book, sign my name on the guest book, and then I look at the pen. I go, what a night, it writes so smooth, and it's light, it's night, and there's nobody around. I went, beautiful, boom. So now I go in line to pay my respect. The minute I get in line, the funeral director come out screaming and hollering, who took the pen? I just put this pen. And he's screaming and he's hollering. And I'm in line going, holy shit. He's flipping out over the pen. And then I realize my name is the last name in the guest book. It's not going to take Sherlock Holmes to figure out this caper. So now I'm in line going, oh my God, do I just tell him I did it? Do I just fess up, be honest, and take my punishment? Maybe I'll tell him I'm a Democrat. They'll let me go. So what I did was I went up to the coffin. I knelt down. I made the sign of the cross. And I reached in. And I went, here it is. I found it. I knew it was in here. Look, he's got a MAGA sticker on the coffin. You can't trust these assholes. You see what I did, folks? I went left and I went right. I took care of the whole crowd. One joke. Thank you. So now, 2 weeks later, I get a summons to appear in court. The funeral director pressed charges against me. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I go in front of the judge. The judge is looking at the papers. He goes, are you kidding me? This guy is pressing charges. I'm gonna dismiss this case. And he goes, okay, let me sign the pen. Where's my pen? I said, Your Honor, here, use mine. He goes, hey, that's my pen. I'm on parole. I can only write in crayon for the next 6 months. You ever hear the expression, be careful what you wish? Be careful what you wish. We've all heard it. About 2-3 years ago, I was saying, you know, I thought I'd like to drive Uber. I think that's so nice. You drive people around, you make a few bucks, you know, have a boss behind you. It's got to be a really nice thing. So here's my true Uber story. I had to go to Dallas a couple of years ago with my son. We fly in, get to the airport, we call an Uber. Man picks us up, wonderful man named Walter, black guy, late 60s, early 70s, picks us up. We're driving in his Uber. He couldn't be nicer. He's offering us waters, beers, telling us where the nice restaurants are, telling us where we can get good hookers. You know, all the pertinent information you need when you're in another place. So I said to him, I said, you know, Dallas is playing Tampa today. It was a Sunday. Tom Brady was quarterbacking for Tampa. And I said, boy, I'd like to go to that game, but it's all sold out. And my Uber driver says, you could go to the game. I go, how? He goes, standing room. Everybody does it. Just get standing room. You just want to see the stadium anyways. I go, it's $1 billion stadium. So I said, Walter, if I get 2 tickets, will you go to the game with me? And he goes, oh my God, I'd love to go to the game. Now, does anybody here know of anybody that's ever taken their Uber driver to an NFL football game? Well, here you go. So now, I run upstairs to my hotel. I call Ace Tickets. I get 2 standing room tickets. I call up my Uber driver, Walter. I say, Walter, you're going to the game. He's yelling and screaming, oh my God, I'll pick you up at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock comes, I go downstairs. There's my Uber driver dressed in Dallas gear from head to toe. I swear to God, stickers, Dallas on his face. I go, oh my God, Walter, you are a fan. I get in, an hour ride. We get to the stadium. It's beautiful. We walk in. I says, Walter, would you like a beer and a dog? He goes, oh, I'd love that. I buy him a couple of beers, a couple of dogs. We walk up to the last seat in the place, the highest you could be, and I didn't care. We sit down, and my Uber driver was so nice. He was cheering on Dallas. Go, boys. You could beat that Tom Brady's a bum. Whoa. Right, but he was so nice. What a fan he was. So my Uber driver made about maybe 5 or 6 stops to the refreshment stand. 4th quarter comes. Dallas is getting croaked by Tampa. My Uber driver goes from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. He stands up. He's yelling with all kids around, you suck, you fucking bums, you motherfucker. And I'm like, oh my God, what's he doing? He's screaming. The guy next to me says to me, hey, can you tell your friend to keep it down? I go, he's not my friend. He goes, then who is he? I go, he's my Uber driver. So now the game ends, Dallas loses. I turn over, he's in his seat. I got to carry him to the car. I put him in the back seat. I get in the driver's seat. I got my wish. I'm the fucking Uber driver now. So I take him home. I hand him off to his wife, right? Now the only way I can get back to my hotel is call another Uber. I call another Uber. I get in. When he comes, I get in. I sit in the back and go, this has been a day from hell. He says to me, so my Uber driver goes, how long you in town for? I go, oh, 3 or 4 days. He goes, you should try to make a Cowboys game. I go, don't even fucking start, all right? And that's my Uber story, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm a big baseball fan. I coached Little League for 10 years. Anybody here ever coached or involved in Little League? Anybody here? What's your name, sir? Mike. Did you coach? Not an easy task, Coach. No, it's not, because we have to make everybody happy. We got to make the kids happy. We got to make the parents happy. We got to make our own kid, because if your wife's not happy, you sleep on the couch, okay? Now, people always say to me, what's your name again? Mike. Mike. People always ask me, it must be tough picking the kids. That's got to be tough. All the kids want to be on the team. And it was tough, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, we had the tryout. Remember the tryout? Now, anybody here ever play Little League? Anybody ever play Little League? What's your name, my friend?
Brandon.
What is it?
Brandon.
Brandon. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it's Brandon's big tryout. He wants to make the team. So I have Mike, my coach. I got the clipboard. He hits the ball out to Brandon. We let Brandon run, hit, throw. And I say, good job, Brandon. You're doing good. A lot of check marks, Brandon. And he's all excited. Yeah, we don't mark shit down. But it looks good for the parents, okay? Finally, 7 minutes go by. Brandon's tryout's all over. Now comes the most important part of the tryout. I say, good job, Brandon. You did good. You're all done. Go over to your mother. And Mike and I watch. And I say, Mike, Brandon's our first pick. And Mike says, yeah, but he sucks. I go, yeah, but did you see the tits in his mother? It was called the coach's option. We didn't give a shit about Brandon. Wanted the yummy mummy. Now, my dear, what's her name? What's her name? What's your name?
Sarah. Oh, you lied.
You have any kids? Any kids? Any boys? Because I bet you they were first-round picks. Okay, so you see what I did, folks? I gave her a compliment just now. I said, nice tits, but I didn't say it. I just alluded to that. Because there was a woman sitting up front last night, sitting right up front here. I said, oh, how you doing? Any kids? She goes, 2 boys. I said, looks like they won't be playing Little League. So, thank you. Give Brandon a big round of applause. I love that kid. Now, I want to talk a little bit about something here. I want to give tribute to the parents, because that's why we even coach Little League, because we have our own kids, right, Michael? Yeah, that's what we do. But being a parent today is the toughest job in the world. If I ever knew how tough it was to raise kids, I would have adopted a highway, because a highway doesn't call you an asshole 50 times a day. Now, here's a question for all you parents, by applause. How many of you parents out there ever had to lie down with any of your kids for the kids to go to sleep? By applause. I love you. Love you. I love you all. Sarah, whatever your name is, I love you. Everybody over here. We are the overcompensators. We do the shit our parents wouldn't do for us. Imagine me asking my mother, Ma, Mommy, Mama, Ma, will you lie down with me? Get to bed, you son of a bitch. I'll put you in that closet right now. I'll lock that fucking door. But when my daughter asked me, Daddy, will you lie down with me? Of course, honey. I'm an overcompensator. And we all remember lying down. You lie down, you lift your head up. Daddy, where you going? Put your head back down. Lift your head up. Daddy, where you go? Put your head back down. So how many of us did this? You lie down, you wait a while, make you believe you're sleeping. One leg goes off the bed. Right? The one leg goes off. Then you wait a while, make you believe you're sleeping. One arm goes off the bed. Now you actually say to yourself, I'm halfway there. Then you wait a while, make you believe you're sleeping. Then you do the roll off the bed. Now you're on all fours. Now it becomes a Rambo mission to make it to please God. Let me make it to the doorway. My life sucks. I haven't seen my friends in 7 years. Please, God, help me. And if you think you're going to have brothers or sisters, this is not how we do it. Then you get to the doorway. I made it. And then you hear that little voice, Daddy, where are you going? Just taking a pee. But my God, raising kids today. And thank God now I have grandkids. And it's the greatest thing because when they're fresh, I go, get these fucking kids home. Get them out of here.
Right on, bro.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, they're so smart, these kids today. And why? Because of the technology, because of the phones, right? This is what, and they always have a smart answer, and it's always the right answer, which pisses me off even more. True story. You want to hear the best answer anybody could have. So listen, true story. I'm babysitting my 2.5-year-old grandson, and I'm watching him play by himself. And it was the most beautiful thing to see this 2.5-year-old kid playing with army men. When was the last time you saw a kid today playing with army men? And there he is, army man in this hand, army man in this, and he's doing this. Like, oh my God, look at him. He's using his imagination. No video games, no PlayStation, no TV, just his imagination. And I'm like, oh, that's an Italian thing. Oh. All of a sudden, 2.5, he does this. Fuck you. So I go, Anthony, you can't say that. He goes, I didn't. He did. I'm like, is that the greatest answer I have ever heard? This kid's got to go to Harvard, MIT, Malden High School. I don't give a shit. The answers. The 11-year-old grandson goes in the bathroom. He's in there 7-8 minutes. He comes up. My daughter goes, did you wash your hands? He goes, no. She goes, you got to wash your hands. He goes, why should I? I'm not an employee. And my daughter, God bless her, she had her third boy. And I feel bad for the third one because he's already labeled because of his name. They named the third one. Are you ready? Marco Rosario Cerundolo. Holy shit. Can you imagine this kid's first day? The teacher's doing the... All right, Joey Smith, Peter St. James, Michael Murphy, Marco Rosario Cerundolo. Here I am, miss. Where do you want me to sit? I don't give a shit. It doesn't bother me. I'll sit wherever you want. You tell me what you want, miss, okay? I'll sit over there. You tell me what you want, all right, miss? And by the way, anybody bothers you, you tell me, okay? Because I'm Marco Rosario Cerundolo. Hey, miss, over here. Hey. You ever get a cramp in the middle of the night? Is that not one of the worst pains? You're sound asleep, and the cramp has got to wake you up. You wake up, you go, oh, fuck, what time is that? And your leg stiffens up, and your toes, they curl, and they separate. And you're in pain, and you want to scream, but you can't scream, because you don't want to wake your wife up 2 rooms away, right? Oh, come on. First 7 years of marriage, we go to bed naked, skin on skin. You touch, you make love. 7 years, one day, she got her room. You got your room. You both got to get up to pee in the middle of the night. You walk by each other. Fuck you, I hate you, asshole. Yeah, you suck. And not the way I like. Ever get a cramp during sex? Oh, right? Oh, that happened to me once. Not the cramp, sex. But you're having a good time. Oh, yeah, this is so good. Oh, yeah, this is, Now she's like, oh, that feels so good. No, I got a fucking cramp, you asshole. Oh, I think I'm ready. I don't care what you're ready for, you asshole. When it comes to being sick, who's tougher, men or women? Yes, ladies. Women are much tougher than men when it comes. I've watched you women when you're sick. No matter how sick, you could have arthritis, bursitis, major surgery. You women get up every single day and do the things you do. Because if you don't do it, ladies, who does it? Nobody. It doesn't get done. You get sick on a Monday. 1 dish in the sink. Friday, 246 dishes in the sink. And everybody becomes helpless. Mommy, get better. We miss you, mommy. Mommy. You women can have 8 discs out, humped over like a pretzel. But you got to get the kids off to school. Here you go, kids. Mommy loves you. Yeah. Got to get the husband off to work. Here you go, honey. Here's your lunch. I love you. Drop dead, you ass. Yeah, I love you. Ever notice when a guy is sick? When a guy's got something really severe, like a cold? Oh my God, honey, call me in sick. It could be 8 or 10 weeks. It's a cold. Help me over to the couch. And you ever notice, guys, when you are sick, women will never give guys sympathy when they're sick. Who does a guy gonna call for sympathy when he's sick? Mommy. The minute we sneeze, we're on the phone in the closet. Hello, Ma? Mommy, it's your baby. Mommy, guess what? I don't feel good. Mommy, I'm dying. It's a cold. I know I should have been wearing my hat. I know. And guess what, Mommy? Guess what? Guess what, Mommy? Guess what? The bitch won't do shit for me, Ma. You know, I was thinking the other day, and I think this is genius. I'm sorry. I love coupons. I love discounts. I love the dollar store. I love Family General. I love anybody go to the dollar store here? Oh, look at a couple of them. The rest of them like, no fucking way, no. Yeah. You know, at the dollar store, ladies and gentlemen, they sell pregnancy tests for $1. Right? And you say to yourself, and they're like expired for 5 years, but people still fucking buy them. I don't know. And you say to yourself, who in God's name would buy a pregnancy test at the dollar store? You know who would buy it? The same person that bought condoms at the dollar store, right? But ladies and gentlemen, I was thinking the other day, I think it's genius. Love coupons. Why don't hospitals have discounts and coupons? Don't you think that's a good idea? Think about what I just said. Mass General Hospital, Mondays and Tuesdays, bypass, 30% off. You get a chest pain on Friday, you go, fuck it, I gotta wait till Monday. 30% off. Who's got asthma? You get paddles, get closer. Wednesdays and Thursdays, all hip and knee replacement parts used. It'd be like picking out a used car. They take you to a room, there are knees and hips hanging everywhere, and you walk in. Wow, look at these hips, one owner. Can you imagine? Look at these knees, like new, clean. And of course, my favorite weekend special. Friday, Saturday, Sundays, boob jobs. Buy one, get one free. You see women going, can you tell? Look, I got a good deal. 2 left nipples, but I don't care. The other day, I was home. My doorbell rings. I answer the door. It's one of my best friends. He takes a look at me, goes, oh my God, Johnny, look at you, sweating, you're out of breath. You must have been working out. What were you doing? I go, what was I doing? I was clipping my fucking toenails. That's what I was doing. That's a fucking workout, folks. But I had a life-changing experience I want to share with you people here tonight at Mohegan Sun. So, for Christmas, my daughter got me a gift certificate for a pedicure. You ever have a pedicure? Of course not. You're a fucking man. Of course not. Mike, pedicure? Of course not. You're a man. Brandon? Nah. That a boy, because I thought for a second you looked the type, you know? But anyway, I didn't know what to expect. So I walk into the place to do the pedicure. This Asian woman, beautiful little Asian, about 4'10". She greets me at the door, never says a word. She goes. So she takes me to a room, and there are And there were women with their legs up in the air. 11 women in fucking saddles. And I go, what is this a fucking labor ward? Are you shitting me? She takes me over to a chair. She sits me down. And she puts my feet in the most perfect water. Oh, not too hot, not too cold. Water from Lord's. Beautiful. Then all of a sudden she flipped the switch and I'm in a chair like this. And she looks at me. So here I am. So now she takes one of my feet out and she pats it dry. Mike, when was the last time she patted your feet dry? Never! You guys that are married, your wife hasn't seen your fucking feet since the fucking honeymoon, okay? Get those ugly fucking things away from me. She pats my feet dry. And then she put some cream and lotion in her hands. And she put my foot, my toe was a half inch from her nose as she knelt down. And she did this. And I'm in the chair going, oh my God. Now I know why Bob Kraft comes here. Holy shit. Wow. My foot is having sex right now. I know what it is. And she takes the other one out, pats it dry, creams it up, same thing. And I just sat there in my vibrating seat going, there's got to be a fucking happy ending here somewhere. And then she massages every toe. Every fucking toe. And you women have been keeping this from us for 150 years. You don't want us to go to a fucking pedicure. I know you women, you make me sick. So anyway, so now she gets a cheese grater. And she's like this. And I'm like, hey, I'm Italian. I don't need any more fucking cheese, all right? And then she clipped and cuter, I don't know what the thing they call it. And then she painted all my toes. Clear. At this point, she could have painted the fucking rainbow. I could give a shit at this point. And then she put these separators in my toes. And I looked down, and I looked at my toes with these separators in between. And I go, oh my God, I'm sorry, little piggies. It's the first time they've been separated since birth. Then she put me in the heaters, and I just sat there in my vibrating seat like this. But here's the best part, and this is the part, guys, you have to do this. Ladies, get your husband, your boyfriend, wherever, get him a gift certificate, because that first walk to pay that bill, like walking on clouds. Right? I put my shoes and socks, and I had to walk over, and I was like this. I threw the money on the table, and I go to walk away. She goes, when you like to come back? I said, tomorrow? Can I come back tomorrow? You guys have been fantastic! Mohegan Sun, everybody! Ladies and gentlemen, what a thrill it is to be working with this gentleman coming up to the stage. I've had the pleasure of working with him all over the country. You've seen him on TV. He's made 60 movies. He's just finished a nice TV show with Nicole Kidman and Jamie Lee Curtis. You'll see very soon. How about a big round of applause for Mr. Lenny Clark, everybody?